C'est rapide, allez, on part.
The Legend of Zelda is one of the most popular video game series of all time, with such legendary titles as Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past. My name is Ocarina, and today we will be looking at the top 10 Zelda games to ever be released. This is bound to be a controversial list, seeing as there's a divide between those who love 3D Zeldas versus those who love 2D Zeldas, non-linear gameplay versus linear gameplay. I've fallen somewhere in between on this argument, and will try to be as fair as possible. And with that, let us begin. Number 10 is the original Legend of Zelda. Now, the formula started by this game has been taken and improved upon in games like Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Seasons and Ages, and A Link Between Worlds. But even though that is true, there's no doubting the continued charm of playing the original adventure. This is a complete open-world game with a non-linear dungeon progression. Attacking straight is a hassle, and the amount of enemies you have to face can be frustrating and overwhelming. But no one can say that it isn't satisfying to tackle this groundbreaking game. Number 9, A Link Between Worlds. This 3DS exclusive set out to combine the worlds of 3D and 2D Zelda, and it did a fair job. A mostly non-linear dungeon structure and a unique approach to Link's arsenal set this game apart from the rest. The story had some fun, though very familiar themes of another world and characters. Overall, this is a great Zelda experience. Number 8, Skyward Sword. Possibly one of the most divisive Zelda titles out there. You will find some who praise it to high heaven while others think it unplayable. Skyward Sword is fun. The motion controls work well. I mean, it was the Wii era and everything had to be motion controlled. This being said, the input isn't horrible and I found myself mostly enjoying it with only a few irritations. The story, especially fighting Demise multiple times, was not as great. I appreciate Zelda's character and how colorful the world was, but overall, I was just not very impressed. Number 7, Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening was already an amazing game on the original Game Boy, but remaking it for the Switch with clay-like aesthetics just perfected the formula. This game is as fun as it is charming. From the music, to the design, to the well-balanced dungeons and boss battles, no one will regret waking the Windfish. Well, Number 6, Wind Waker. Another divisive title. Wind Waker introduced a very cartoony art style that fans of the previous games were not happy with. Most quickly forgot about this as they found a deep and extremely fun game underneath. Being shot out of a cannon into Ganon's tower kicked off a light-hearted yet emotional experience that many will never forget. Number 5, Majora's Mask. No, it is not number 1. Growing up, I loved this game, but now going back to play it again, I find myself not as impressed. Don't get me wrong, this is still a stellar Zelda title. I mean, it's number 5 on the list, but my original opinion that it is the best title of the series has since been changed. Also, I think that the 3DS remake made the game worse, and the save system pretty much defeated the entire point of the game, but that's just my opinion. Number 4, A Link to the Past. What, this isn't number 1 either? No, it's not. This game is awesome, and every time I boot it up, I am constantly impressed that it is nearly 30 years old. But there are some flaws here that my nostalgia just can't overlook. But this is still one of the best 2D Zeldas out there. Also, I like the pink hair. Number 3, Ocarina of Time. At this point, it might be obvious where this list is going. Also, though I acknowledge that Ocarina of Time is a masterpiece and I love it to this day, I do not believe this is the greatest Zelda ever made. I recently replayed it on the 3DS and was blown away by how good this game is. There is nothing cooler than getting the big Goron sword for the first time, or pulling the Master Sword from its pedestal and waking up as a teenager in a zombie-infested Hyrule. Though there have been better games that have come after, no Zelda game will be quite as influential as this one. Number 2. Breath of the Wild. I am torn on this game. The sandbox structure of this title has given me some of my favorite gaming memories. Seriously, I could explore Breath of the Wild's Hyrule for years, but the story, main dungeons, and abysmal final boss fight killed it for me. I'm convinced that anything Monolith's soft touches turns to gold, and as the reins for Breath of the Wild 2 have been given to them completely, I'm going to guess that it will become the greatest Zelda title of all time. Speaking of the greatest Zelda title of all time,
move it up, and I jump or climb. Up and over makes me leap. Press button 1 to slash with the sword.
Number 1 is Twilight Princess. I think this was the game that all the others built up to. No other game feels more like the boys sets off on a grand adventure story than this. Not to say that it's perfect. The beginning is very long and somewhat drawn out. Wolf Link isn't particularly interesting and offers a base gameplay experience at best. But solid dungeons, cool items like the spinner, double hookshot, and ball and chain, not to mention the single best Ganon fight of all time, make this, in my mind, the most definitive Zelda game of all time. And that's my list. Let me know which title is your favorite. Also, follow me on Twitter at LowCloudAin. I'm going to be posting polls on tier lists for upcoming videos, so you can vote on them as well as suggest episodes for the future. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.